What's happening, guys? I'm here at 2015 San Diego Comic-Con, and I have here with me Sara Rue and Michael Rosenbaum. How you guys doing?
Yeah, this is a buffer. She doesn't want me to be too close. The couch is quite small.
Yeah.
All right, so...
if I could put him in a body condom, I would.
Wow.
Ooh, Mama
there you
Smurf.
go. There you go. So, guys, you guys are here for Impastor, so can you talk a bit about how you guys got involved with the show? Because it's a pretty hilarious premise.
Okay, you go first. How did you get involved
Sarah,
in the show,
this
Michael?
is a really small
I just
couch.
need that
Could you
pillow there.
Could you guys have given us a larger couch to sit on?
It's fine. We're good.
How did this all happen?
Michael, how'd you get involved with Impastor?
Well, Sarah and I, by the way, we worked together years ago in 19... Have the camera up there. I don't want to be talking. There
Okay,
you go.
here.
That's better. Don't you know how to do this? Or
Sorry,
should
it's not my job
Good
normally.
job. We're just... I mean, this is what it's like on set of Impastor. We met years ago on a show called Zoe, Duncan, Jack, and Jane, right? And I was the only one you
Yes.
liked on the show.
That's
and then,
not true.
well, one of the only ones. Are you going to get in trouble for that?
I
I'm
didn't
just
say
kidding.
that.
I'm
It's
just
not
making
true.
this stuff up. Anyway, fast forward years later, we're all older. She looks great still. I've aged. I'm wearing glasses. I can't see anything. And the show came about. Eric Tannenbaum, the producer, sent me a script, and I was like, "This is great, but what network?" And they're like, "TV Land." And I'm like, "They're never going to let us air this, which you'll bleep." And they said, "No, they're trying to change their network. They want to be edgy. They want to compete." And I said, "Great." And I can't believe we're sitting here, and I watched the episode, and it's still what was written. I mean, it's the same thing. It's just as great and edgy and all that. And by the way, they said that she was going to play my church assistant, and I was very excited because she's a real delight to work with.
I really wanted that buffer. I'm feeling
I
exposed.
feel more free now, you know.
All right, so...
So tell us something about yourself.
oh, wow. Well,
Where were you born?
D.C.
A lot of crime there.
Allegedly.
Indiana, we have a lot of crime too.
God. Maybe we should do these interviews separate from now on.
No way.
So with that said, guys, can you talk a bit about the characters that you have on that show?
Okay, so I play Dora. She's the church assistant.
the song,
She is a very good person. She's just a very good person who's grown up probably in the same town that she lives now. She works for the Lutheran church, and she's probably been involved in that church her entire life. So she's a little bit, I guess sheltered is a word, but she's just very, very kind and hasn't been exposed to sort of the underside of humanity, which is what Michael is. Michael's character is and stuff. And so when he shows up in place of the person that I think that Dora thinks she's hired, she doesn't really question it because she can't imagine somebody doing something that duplicitous, that horrible to impersonate somebody else. So she just goes with it and lets this sort of ne'er-do-well come into the house and the town and become their pastor.
All right, there you go. That's a good jumping off point, Mike. So how about your character?
You know,
He's the ne'er-do-well.
Ne'er-do-well buddy who comes from the rough side of town and really didn't have parents and just didn't have a great upbringing, and his girlfriend dumps him and these loan sharks are after him and he's about to jump off a bridge and something happens, call it divine intervention, call it whatever you will, and he has this opportunity, he steals this guy's identity and he becomes the gay pastor, and it's kind of a balancing act for this guy, and it's the best scam he's ever, he's trying to pull off. And he sort of inadvertently falls in love with this little town and characters like Dora. He says, how could someone be so freaking good? And because he sees himself as such a, ne'er-do-well. And no, it's exciting.
Yeah, and the show is doing something really cool, which is it's doing a traditional sort of like single cam dark comedy format, but then it's also going to end every week in a cliffhanger. There's sort of a procedural element of like a whodunit mystery, and rolled
There's
into
murder.
every episode. There's murder.
There's sex triangles.
Sex. There's
I kiss a dude, I kiss a girl.
yep. There's masturbation.
You masturbate.
Don't give away
There
who
you
it
go.
doesn't. You don't have to
Well,
say
okay,
it
I
was me.
masturbate.
Okay, everybody.
everybody knows that.
Everybody
Knows
does
me.
it. Let's just say what it is. Everyone does it. It's perfectly
We
natural.
masturbate.
Okay. Next question.
No, let's stick on that one. That's
No.
a fun one. I bet they're going to watch. If you keep it
There
on
you go.
masturbation, people stay tuned.
Our TV Land executive is like, let's wrap this up.
No, can't talk about the Dukes of Hazzard.
So, guys, aside from Impastor, I'm sure you guys are here also to, take in the sights and sounds. So, can you, are you guys planning on possibly dressing up and maybe being in disguise to, check out the show?
I hadn't thought about that.
I'd love to see you in a
option.
cosplay kind of
Yeah.
outfit here.
Yeah.
Well, I see you as the church girl every week, and that's kind of sexy and cool.
I wish I had brought my gold bikini. I could have done something.
Oh, wow. There you
Oh
go.
well, next
You have
year
a gold bikini?
maybe.
What are you, Carrie Fisher in Return of the Jedi?
Wow.
Look at that right
It
there.
inspired me.
All right. Well, Sarah, Michael, thank you guys so
Thank
much
you
for your
so
time.
much.
Thanks. I can't see you over there. But good to see you.
All right. There you have it, real filmers. Till next time.